Grace and peace to all the brothers and sisters of Israel tonight, right? Tonight we want to deal with some issues concerning our King tonight, Christ the King and the Father, right? And why was Christ called the chief witness of God? And why was he sent? And there are some things we need to understand about our King, because we're in this serious battle today, and a lot of Israelites and a lot of brothers are trying to get together and do things right. But what we must understand that in Israel, like Brother Rock was talking to me earlier, is that Israel is trying to do things and men are trying to do things, but they're very immature, a lot of men, and that's why there's so much confusion in the nation of Israel, is because of the immaturity of Israel. And so now we want to seal that gate up tonight, right? Because meaning this, on a battlefield, you must know who your captain is on a battlefield, because this battlefield has been surveyed 6,000 years in advance, and Christ knows all the moving parts on this field.
Yeah.
So all them that are with Christ, Christ is walking us through a minefield that he spoke of, that they put into action 6,000 years ago. Now the CIA think that they're in advanced knowledge, that they're secret spies, and they're in advanced knowledge, and they're special ops, and they're moving in, right? Their knowledge is only a couple of days or weeks or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But our captain's wisdom and knowledge, and man think he's slick, right? Man think he's slick, he think he's smart. Christ is swifter than swift, man.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Counterintelligence. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so the situation is this, right? A lot of brothers are trying to come together and sit down, right? But now you're in the hour now of the captain's hour. This is the captain's day, man. This is Christ's day. And we're going to prove that and go into that to show that, right, that nothing, Christ said you can do nothing without me. And we're going to open up and show why Christ said I'm the door, right? Because you can do nothing. God told Israel that. He was talking to his own first, man, because Christ is controlling this battlefield, man. Everything that's moving, everything that's going on, if you want Christ to change somebody's mind for you, to do something for you, he's doing it. He's got the clicks on all of it. We're going to show you that, right? He's got the control of your enemies on the battlefield. But if you don't understand these things and the layout and who the captain is, so that's why we need to go in tonight and take a look at the captain, right?
Yeah.
We got to take a look at who the Father appointed, who's the captain of the host, who's the high priest, and who's the king, right? So the first thing we must do, Brother Crozan, we got to go into the book of Revelations, right?
Okay.
The first thing we have to do is go there. To open this up right, we want to step down and take a look at the captain, at who Christ really is. So everybody be solidified in their mind and spirit about who Christ really is. And a lot of brothers, Brother Cruz, are trying to understand the Bible right and understand the scriptures. Well, let me say this right. What the Israelites must do, and why they're confused, right? And we're going to go into that also, right? Why did Christ in the Transfiguration show Moses, Christ and Elijah, right? And then say, "Here, my son," because when Christ came into Jerusalem, Israel was dealing with many images. You had the Pharisees, you had the Sadducees, you had the Herodians, you had the Zealots, and all of those groups were in their different philosophies about the Bible, what the text really said. As you see today, they're all in their different texts of what you see today. So now we need to open this up right and take a look at it right. When Christ said, and the Father said, when he put those three images up, Moses and Christ and Elijah, what he was showing Israel, listen, man, that y'all dealing with too many images. Just take down Elijah, take down Moses. These are the top. Elijah's the top prophet, and Moses come out of the top priesthood. Take them down and only see Christ. Now we must understand, right, what God is showing and why He did that. The Transfiguration, it only showed them one image. Even in the Bible, it tells you that the scriptures say that we were predestinated to be conformed to the image of Christ, right?
Yes.
So, Brother Crosser, in the land that day, you had the Pharisees, you had the Sadducees, you had the Herodians, the Essenes, and all these groups, right? And they had put up many images. Okay, now, so God did the transfiguration to show them, but who would hear, right? There's only one image in this nation, Israel. There's only one image that's controlling everything. And I gave all power in heaven and earth to my Son, right? There's only one image. So here's the understanding to all the Israelites and all that can hear this, and all that will hear that, whether it be Gentile or Jew, is this. When God did that and showed you one image in the transfiguration of Christ, all we had to do was sit down and study Christ. Just study Christ. Now put down the high holy days. No, don't go to the Passover. No, don't go there. Do not go to the Day of Atonement. Sit down now and look at that image right there. Sit down now and study that image right there. Sit down and study the words of Christ. Then after you study it, then go back and study it again. And after you study that image, then go back and study it again, right? And then you'll begin to get the spirit that builds up in you, right? Where then you'll begin to see how the book really opens up, because it takes the spirit of Christ to open the book up to you. And a lot of people are struggling with this. How reason rhyme? I can't connect the dots like some of the brothers connect the dots, because you have to be in Christ to connect the dots. And this is what we want to take a look at, right? Because now you can plainly see that God gave Israel one image to look at. Look at Christ. Continuously look at that image, and that image will bring it all up to you. Continue to look at Christ, man. Meaning this. It's like this. Let's say you're having a bad day, right? And the flesh is like giving trying to run you through sorrow, trying to run you, because the flesh runs those patterns. Because those patterns in the flesh are to keep you from the standing force of the Spirit in you, to raise up the Spirit of God in you. So that's why Christ said, cast off mortal thoughts, because the flesh, man, Satan is a master of the flesh. And Satan knows how to bring sorrow. He knows how to bring distresses and all that when it not need be. So here's what I'm saying, right? When the training of the soldiers of God, of Christ, what Christ was training Israel to do was, listen, if you're down, think about me. Just now, if you've studied Christ and gone over it 3 times now, I'm showing you this one example, right? Then when the negative spirits come up, the spirit in you will check it, man. No, you think Christ. Then you begin to think of the good. Then you begin to think of the wisdom and knowledge. Then you begin to think of the victory. Then you begin to think of the power. Then you can see that Christ got the whole battlefield that you're in.